Hi, welcome to Surviving Motherhood. So I'm curious what you've been thinking about lately. What's really been on your mind? Maybe what even have you been obsessing about? Do you ever do that? I mean, I do. Well, the reason I've been thinking about that, really, I haven't been thinking about what you've been thinking about. I've actually been thinking about what I'm thinking about. The reason for that is because I'm studying the book of Lamentations right now. My precepts class just started up again, and I'm really happy about that. Sad to see summer end, but that means fall is here, and that means precepts is back on track, and well, that's just a good thing. So anyway, been studying Lamentations chapter 3 this week, and probably I read this, that probably the most often quoted passage from this particular chapter is verses 21 through 23. And, well, it refers to what we've been thinking about. See, the writer of Lamentations has been thinking about the fall of Jerusalem, has been thinking about the pain that the people have been going through, that he himself has been going through. He's been thinking about how it feels like God has abandoned them and their enemies have taken over and everything is terrible. And okay, so sometimes I find myself thinking similarly. Do you? Not that my own city and nation has fallen and I'm starving and all the things that they were going through that he's detailing in Lamentations, but, sometimes I find myself thinking about the things that really bring me down. And that's what the writer of Lamentations was doing until he got to verse 21 of chapter 3. He says there, "Yet this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." He says, "I say to myself, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will wait for him." And I absolutely love this passage of Scripture. I have probably ever since I realized that the biggest battle in my life was with depression. And what I love about that is his, I don't know, is intentionality a word? Anyway, his on-purposeness of taking his thoughts captive. He says, "Yet this I call to mind." I love the yet, because it's in spite of what I've gone through, in spite of, in the case of this book, in spite of Jerusalem falling and people going through what they're going through and feeling like God is so far away, in spite of all that, yet this I call to mind. And he goes on to remember that God is faithful, that God's compassions never fail, that his mercies are new every morning, that God is faithful. And because of that, because he on purpose called that into his mind, he has hope. And I don't know about you, but I need to remember that. When I'm thinking about what I'm thinking about, I need to call to mind what is true. When I'm thinking about things that make me anxious, when I'm thinking about things that are depressing, when I'm thinking about things that bring me feelings of fear, I need to say, okay, that may be true, but yet I'm calling to mind that God is faithful, that his compassions never fail. I want to encourage you with that today, but I don't want it just to be an encouragement to make you feel good, okay? I want to challenge you to think on purpose, to think about who God is, and to let the truth of who he is be the thing that guides your hope. And now, I want to invite you to have a wonderful, Jesus mindful day as you think about who he is.